morning and welcome to After GMS. It is 7:45. You're joining us from the News 2 Facebook page. I'm Tracy McCain here with Megan Malaris, Christian Morgan, and Ed Matthews.
Yeah, we know several of you are still just now signing on. It's so good to see some familiar faces here on our feed. Drop us a comment while first we take a look at our forecast. It is deceivingly sunny today because the temperatures outside are very, very cold. Thankfully warming up by Thanksgiving, but for now we got to bundle up.
Yes, indeed. Lows this morning going into the mid and upper 20s. 29, the official low out at PTI. This morning. It's going to be even colder than that as the winds go near calm later tonight, down to about 24. But today, plenty of sunshine, a little stiff breeze that may gust up about 20-25 miles per hour will make it feel like it's in the 30s from time to time, although we should make it into the mid and upper 40s for the actual air temperature. Down to 24 tonight, so colder overnight than this morning. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny and 53. Thanksgiving Day's looking real nice. A little bit of a warm up. We'll see a partly sunny sky, kind of mixes sun and clouds, and we're on our way to highs pretty close to 60. A cold front moves through early on Friday morning for just a few spotty showers, and then behind that front we get another little batch of chilly air. We'll be around 50 on Friday and into the low 50s, and dry weather expected for the weekend.
All right, we are looking forward to that warming up just in time for the holidays. Yes. A lot of families want to be able to do something outside this year, given kind of the ongoing concerns with the pandemic. This is going to be the first time since the pandemic that some families do gather in person for the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah, so that means more people are going to be on the roads, traveling to their destinations or maybe catching a flight. Millions are expected to hit the roads and also to find a flight out. Health experts say your Thanksgiving gathering is safe with proper precautions in place, including COVID vaccinations and masks. They also suggest you gather outside if that's at all possible. So whether you're packing up to hit the road or maybe you're staying around here this Thanksgiving, we want to hear your plans. You can weigh in on this in the comment section right there on the News 2 Facebook page. And already people were commenting on my Facebook page. Gina said she is staying home. She says her family tries not to travel on the holidays. Connie said she's going to spend some time at Daniel Boone Inn in Boone, North Carolina. Cook and clean up. She says there's always a great meal there. Denise said she's hitting the road. She's headed to meet her new grandson, who was born on November 12th. Congratulations.
That's so exciting. On my page, you all are chiming in. Sean said he's visiting his son in Florida, then going on a 6-day cruise. Sounds relaxing. Becky said Thanksgiving is at her house this year. They just bought their first home a couple of months ago, so it's only right that dinner is there. And here's a funny one. JJ said the only place he's flying to is the table. Yes, I agree, JJ.
Flying.
To the table.
To the table.
Head first into the turkey.
I get you.
Mashed potatoes.
So we got some excitement from Christian Morgan when we talked about the inn in Boone. So tell us all about it.
Of course you got excitement of me about that. Daniel Boone Inn, it's amazing, right? We actually, I think I've been there once on Thanksgiving, but of course went a lot as a child. The breakfast is by far my favorite. And I've only had the Thanksgiving meal once before. We went when I was a small child. We have some family visiting from out of state, from Arkansas, and they wanted to go to the mountains. So, you know, it's kind of they do the family style dinner with all the turkey, you know, as much as you can eat, all you can eat. If you run out, they bring you more with all the fixings around the table, you know, and you just it's so good. Mouth is watering thinking about it.
Yes, so you paint a very vivid picture and tasty one as well. All right, so what are your plans though, Christian? Start us off with what you're doing. Are you going to the inn?
No. I don't usually ever travel that much for Thanksgiving. We used to do Thanksgiving with my dad's side of the family, my grandma and grandpa in Salisbury, where he was from, but they have now both since passed away. So we do it at my family's home in Asheboro, and then usually our cousins and family from Wilmington and from the Wrightsville Beach area will drive up and we'll do dinner with them. And then again, we have another lunch that usually follows on Sunday we all have lunch together on Sunday lunch. So a lot going on, but we don't ever really travel that far. We usually kind of stay around here.
Yeah, same. I don't really travel far. Well, my family's here, but I did spend more than a decade, at other jobs in other states, then would have to, barter for time off with coworkers and kind of pick and choose which holiday I could spend at home. Sometimes I didn't spend any holidays at home. So I fully love being home for the holidays. I don't need to travel ever again. Hopefully, with my parents here and my in-laws here, it really makes things, and our extended families, it just makes things a little bit easier. Now you just have to decide whose house do you go to.
Right.
But when you have kids, then everybody just comes to your house.
Yeah, there you go.
I love that.
Yeah, you come to our house, you bring the food, we'll provide the entertainment.
I'll provide
of
some
the children.
food.
Yes, yeah, we're keeping it low key this year too, staying here local. My husband's family is local. Might do just a very small little something, a lunch on Thursday, and then looking forward to those afternoon naps, both for the toddler and for me. And so, after that, we probably will get some Christmas decor out and start that process too. Maybe get our tree on Friday. All in all, just kind of looking forward to a relaxing, no stress Thanksgiving.
Oh, I like that. Stress-free. And I know that Shirley makes a nice home-cooked meal for you, Ed Matthews.
I talked to her last night, and she's already started kind of putting things together. The turkey is thawing out. We're going to have about 10 people at her house. I'm going to start my day right here at News 2. What other way to do it? And then after I get through with work, I'm headed down to Sanford, only 55 miles. And my mom is going to have about 10 people at her house. So it's going to be rather busy, but she's going to have all the fixings and all the side dishes and everything. And I just grateful. One thing that I'm really grateful for is that she is physically able to cook. At 84. So I thank God for that. And she really loves it. She loves to cook and she loves to have the family together. So we're going to have a great time, and then I'll come back and I'll be right here on Friday morning.
Nice. Well, I'll be with you on Friday morning. I'm thinking maybe we can do an exchange, a Thanksgiving dinner exchange program.
Ooh.
Where you bring your leftovers and I'll bring my leftovers and then we'll just swap it.
Well, Mom's turkey is the size of Texas, so I got a feeling that there's going to be something. I got a feeling there's going to be turkey casserole, turkey sandwiches for probably weeks ahead.
I was reading, when Thanksgiving was first celebrated, it was like a 3 or 4 day long thing. And I guess it still technically kind of is. It could last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, depending on how much you like leftovers, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we typically have leftovers for at least 2 to 3 days. I don't know about you guys, but I don't plan on cooking again until Monday.
And then at that point, you're like, oh, now I'm just eating it to eat it.
Right, like sick of turkey, sick of mashed potatoes.
No.
Give me a peanut butter and jelly or something.
Well, something different.
Yeah, by that point.
And I just want to say I misspoke a while ago because, of my age. I'm not going to be here on Friday. Christian apparently thought, what in the world is he talking about? I'm on vacation. I hadn't even thought about that. I've been so hyper-focused on Thanksgiving and being together with family. I'm just going to pig out and then kind of sit back and relax for a week. How about that?
That's well-deserved, Ed Matthews.
Absolutely.
So now, Christian, I have to work out my Thanksgiving swap with you.
Yeah.
Sorry?
No, that's good.
Well, I'll tell you what, his
taste
grandma can cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, that famous sweet potato. What is it, Christian?
That sweet potato custard pie. There will be some of that on Thursday, I can assure you. If not one, maybe 2 of those.
Bring some of that.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Did you tell the rest of the guys that you can also bake and cook, Christian? Oh. I don't know that for a fact either.
He lets his mama do it.
We work different times now than the other guys in the weather department. So, literally you snooze and you lose, I guess.
Right. Well, I won't say anything else about your tasty pumpkin bread. It was so good. Okay, but that's all I'm saying.
What happened?
I was just thinking about that. I had that as well, Tracy.
Oh, good.
And he can definitely cook that. I don't know about anything else, but he's got the pumpkin bread down pat to an art.
Listen,
Okay.
I'll say this. I learned all of my cooking skills from my mom and grandma, who cut no corners at all when it comes to cooking. So
I was going to ask, did you really make that, or did you just
I
have
really
your
made
mom
that.
and grandma prep it and you popped it in the oven?
I really made it so much so that when I went home that weekend and when I took some to the house, I said, try this. And my mom said, this is good. Who made it? And I was like, I did. She said, no, really, who made it? And I was like, I did. I really did.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
No, breads are fun to make. I enjoy baking actually a lot more than I like cooking. So
Right.
try to do a new bread every week. Okay, we're hearing from some of you on our feed. Several people are staying home, others are traveling. Joanne is having several of her children here for a week and then going to Lights at Tanglewood. She said special family times, laughs and pictures, and making so many memories. I love that comment. Christian's expressing his Disney World experience. We'll talk about that in a minute. Bobby's enjoying a nice Thanksgiving dinner with a few family members at home and watching football. Lakia said having turkey sandwiches is her favorite part of Thanksgiving leftovers. Joanne is also watching Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about that. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. All right. I wonder if it's like full steam, like ready, post-pandemic, well,
I know, I wish we could say that. But
yeah, exactly. We can't really say post-pandemic.
The new normal, yeah.
Exactly.
We'll
Yeah, because last year, wasn't it all virtual last year? Half and half, maybe?
I remember some of the performances that they do were virtual.
Right.
It was very much, it was
you
very
could see
different.
all on TV, but the performances weren't like down like a parade
Right,
route, so
okay.
to speak.
Right.
They were like, from different studios or cities across. And then they directed them into one awesome live special with barely any hiccups or live misfunctions. I don't know how they did that.
That's a feat in itself.
Seriously.
Yeah.
All right, so thanks so much for weighing in on this conversation. We have another holiday-related conversation coming up in just a few minutes.
First, we have to get to our morning headlines and some serious news to talk about. Unfortunately, Burlington police are looking for the person they say shot into a house, hitting a sleeping 10-year-old. Investigators released surveillance photos of the car they believe is connected to this shooting. These pictures are from Shaw Street. Investigators think the person in the car has information about the early Sunday morning incident. The child shot is recovering at the hospital and fortunately is expected to be okay. Police believe this shooting was on purpose, but the child was not the intended target. Anyone with information should call Crime Stoppers. Winston-Salem police are calling their gun buyback program this past weekend a success. So much so, one could be coming to Greensboro. Mayor Nancy Vaughn said she supports the idea. She said it's not the first time it has come up. Saturday, Winston-Salem police collected more than 300 guns in exchange for cash. They said doing so helps promote safety and combat violence in the community. Well, relief funds are on the way to Triad landlords after a 2-week delay. Greensboro officials say payments from the rental assistance program are going out this week. The city explains there was a delay when the program transitioned from the city to the county.
Well, today, Rockingham County School Board members will have a closed session meeting. Right now, details are limited, but we do know that meeting pertains to a student's athletic appeal. Not clear which school is involved, but we are working for more information. Some families in Davie County will receive a Thanksgiving blessing. Today, Davie County School Board members are delivering Thanksgiving boxes to local families. They partnered with the organization Davie High Hunger Fighters to identify 127 families in need of some extra love this holiday season. The boxes contain $20 Food Lion gift cards, snacks, dishes, and other supplies. Board members hope the gift will support students and their families over the Thanksgiving break. A Tri-Church also brings families together for Thanksgiving every year, providing families in need with enough food to feed 5,000. WFMY News 2's Itanese McMiller is live at Lawndale Baptist Church in Greensboro, where the Feeding the 5,000 event is underway. It got off to an early start, Itanese.
It did. Lawndale Baptist Church is making sure that families have a meal to put on their table this Thanksgiving. They got started early. Cars are still rolling in this morning. They began doing this at about 6:30. It looks a little bit different now than it did this morning. Some folks were lined up as early as 1 a.m. There were about 4 lines of people driving up. You see they've cut it down to 2 lines now. There's still some turkeys available. You see them lined up right here. And in these bags are turkeys, of course, as well as $25 gift cards and some literature about the church and Jesus Christ. So folks will leave with some literature, a turkey, and a $25 gift card to Food Lion. Families are still rolling in, as you can see. We spoke to some of them this morning, and they say that they are here because some of them lost their jobs and they really need this for their families. And that is what Lawndale Baptist Church says their mission is, to make sure that they are feeding those right here in the Greensboro area and in our community. Folks can still come out. They'll be here until they give out all 1,000 turkeys. Each turkey can feed up to a family of 5. So if there's still some turkeys left. If you need one, you know a family in need, you can stop by 3505 Lawndale Drive, and we'll be here to continue to see how this all turns out. These families are really grateful. Again, 3505 Lawndale Drive is where folks can come and pick up some of those turkeys. Live in Greensboro, I'm Denise McMiller, WFMY News 2.
All right, so turkey is a staple on most Thanksgiving tables, and it brings us to our next talker. This is a fun one. Fill in the blank. I can't wait to eat blank on Thanksgiving. Robbie said cranberry sauce, don't judge him. Lindsay said green bean casserole. And we heard from Diane, who said deviled eggs. Jason said he could not commit to just one thing. He said everything.
I'm with
That
Jason.
sums it up.
What were you going to say, Christian?
I'm with Jason.
Yeah. I'm with you.
We're both with Jason.
We're both with Jason. And in short, yeah, I can't narrow it down to one thing. I try to enjoy things that I don't have often. So cranberry sauce, I could really have that like any time of year. So it's not really necessarily something I look forward to, but I would say like my mom's shrimp casserole, her shrimp and broccoli casserole is so good, but she only makes it on Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I'm gonna say that, even though there's so much that I can't wait to eat.
Ooh, that sounds amazing.
It's really good.
Shrimp and broccoli casserole. Might have to stop by
Yeah.
Mrs.
What's your
McCain's house.
address? What's your address, Tracy?
I'm also making a corn chowder soup for
Yum.
Thanksgiving because for some reason it's a tradition in I don't know how this started, but we have appetizers while people are still cooking and getting the food together so
Yeah.
people can like munch on stuff. And I'm like, this is not a restaurant. Like, what are we doing? We're spending more time in the kitchen than we need to. But my family likes my corn chowder, so I'm going to make that. And I don't make that every day. So that's another thing that I'm looking forward to.
That's what I want Friday morning.
Oh, I got
That's
you.
what I want to swap for.
Okay.
Corn chowder.
So I'll give you that. What are you going to swap with?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Pumpkin bread? Just go
Pumpkin
with
bread,
that.
pumpkin.
Perfect. All right. How about you, Meg? What are you looking forward to?
I love green bean casserole.
Yeah.
Don't eat that all the time. Actually bought some, some of those dried onions for the green bean casserole and like cream of mushroom soup. And my husband's like, "What are you doing? We're not cooking Thanksgiving." And I said, "Well, I'll feel inspired to do this afterward and cook it on our own sometime." So,
Right.
looking forward to that, and pumpkin pie. Can't resist that unless
Yeah.
you're you and you like sweet potato pie.
I do like sweet potato pie, and it's not the same.
It's not.
According to folks on my Facebook page. No need to bring that debate back up.
Right.
And
That's
Matthews, what are you looking forward to?
Everything on the table.
Yep.
You know, it's funny because on Thanksgiving and even Christmas, I put little samples on my plate. So I've got a bunch of samples, and then the second go round, I go back and get more of what I really liked. But knowing that it's going to be Mom's cooking, it's all going to be good. Of course, I love the turkey, but yeah, I'm a collards guy, okay? Yeah, this Southern boy, I love a good mess of collards, kind of seasoned with a little fatback grease. It's good for the arteries, right? And also, I got to have the sweet potato pie. Looking forward to those.
All right. So, Christian, did you give your official ruling, or was everything?
I just said all the
Legit,
desserts.
okay.
All of them. All of them. Now, we don't do the green bean casserole, but my mom does like a vegetable casserole, so it's got a bunch of stuff in it that's really good, and it's got Ritz crackers on the top where she bakes it, and Ritz crackers and then butter on the top, and it bakes up nice and brown and crispy. That's good stuff.
Why do we do this to ourselves, guys?
Oh, I don't know.
We like talk about food, and then we get so hungry. And I have a doctor's appointment at noon, so I can't eat. But I have been. I had some grapes, but I'm not supposed to eat. And I'm like, why did I do that to myself? 12 o'clock. I've been up since like 1:30.
I don't know.
It's like a whole day without eating.
I'm like literally about to start shaking. I'm so hungry.
That's difficult.
We'll never do that again.
No. Well, Nadine said she does what your family does. As far as appetizers, crab dip and chicken livers is what they have at their house. You said you love crab dip. I do too. That sounds good. That's a good idea.
So good.
All right. Well, now that we're good and hungry.
Yeah. Rhonda said that we need to share our recipes, and she highlighted Christian. So this pumpkin stuff making some waves.
I know Rhonda.
Oh, you do?
I do know Rhonda. And,
Awesome.
and I feel like whether I share this recipe or not publicly, Rhonda's going to find a way to get the recipe. So
I love it.
I was talking about this, a couple days ago. I just had mentioned this sweet potato custard pie in passing, and apparently several folks have reached out to me on Facebook or via email, or people that know my family have reached out and wanted to know about this. So I'm going to try to post a picture, and I'll try to post the recipe, if not later today, maybe tomorrow morning, on my Facebook page. So look out for that if it's something that sounds like it interests you.
Well, and you said your grandma just kind of made this up, right?
Yeah.
She just added the custard to the pie, and it ended up being so good that she's kept on making it?
Yeah, she just kind of kept on making it. And then she made just a regular sweet potato pie last week, and that was really good. So I said, hey, do you have the recipe for that? She's like, I don't have to think about it. I just kind of like threw some stuff together.
Wow.
But 9 times out of 10, that's how the best stuff comes up.
That's what grandmas do. They're like, okay, another stick of butter here.
They
And there are no
season
corners.
to taste.
Cut no corners. Full butter, full milk, all the stuff.
What's a measuring cup? I mean,
Right. They just pour the sugar in.
Eyeball it.
Exactly. But some people are just naturally gifted at cooking. I'm someone, I have to read the recipe. I want to make sure it's measured out perfectly. And if it doesn't come out as it's supposed to, I go back from the beginning and I'm like, what did I do wrong? But I've never memorized a recipe. Except for scrambled eggs. Like I know how to make that. But I'm like, if I'm
eggs.
Exactly. Even for things that I make all the time, like my macaroni and cheese and some of my casserole dishes, I still pull out my recipe book and follow it step by step, even though I've made it 1,000 times.
Me too. You're worried you're gonna forget one ingredient.
Exactly.
It's not really a standard on the Thanksgiving table, but I'm gonna make a push now that we should normalize mac and cheese on the Thanksgiving table. And not just regular mac and cheese, like a good, hearty, baked mac and cheese. It's hard to beat.
Yeah, we always have mac and cheese at Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna come visit your house.
Yeah, to me it's a staple, but I will certainly bring you some. Listen, you're gonna be hooked up like you've never been in your life.
I know, I'm really gonna
roll
have
them
to
out of here.
I'm gonna have to up the ante. We've got corn chowder coming, we got mac and cheese.
Yep. That's just the beginning. So we have shrimp and broccoli, because my mom and I sit down and we make a menu every year. She always does the turkey and the ham, and then she leaves like most of the sides or the fixings to me. The only ones that she does are like bread, like she makes homemade bread. I will never even attempt that. And she also makes the dessert. So I handle the mashed potatoes, the macaroni and cheese, the sweet potatoes. I do green bean casserole. She does the shrimp and broccoli casserole. But yeah, we just split it up, and it works out every year.
It's like mouth-watering.
Yeah.
I'm just over here just like.
I know. Like, keep going, keep going.
Right, and then I'll roll in here on Friday.
Yeah, Lakia says she always depends on honey baked ham. There was a line wrapped around the building yesterday.
Yes, there was.
3 days out from Thanksgiving, so it's probably going to get worse today if you haven't already pre-ordered. Yeah.
And Bobby Odom said that he likes his mac and cheese. That's what he cannot deal without.
Dana said mac and cheese is more important than the turkey.
I agree.
No, I can agree with that.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, so now that we're nice and hungry, and I'm literally about to call my doctor's office and cancel this appointment because
Sorry,
it's just not going to work out.
Eating.
Yeah, it's not going to work out today. We do have to take another look at the forecast.
Let's do it. It's a chilly start out the door this morning. We're right around freezing now. Even with full sunshine this afternoon, it's going to be a chilly day of weather. We climb up into the mid 40s. That's about all we're able to do. We'll say 47 for that afternoon high today. Breezy and cold this afternoon, but that wind will kind of relax a bit tonight. We'll have clear skies, and that will set the stage for a cold night of weather, mid 20s By the time you wake up on Wednesday morning, even some low 20s in some of those typically cooler spots or those outlying areas once you get away from the cities. I expect us to see some low 20s on the map early tomorrow morning. We do kick off a bit of a warming trend though with sunshine. We'll get back into the low 50s for Wednesday, and then Thanksgiving Day itself looks really great. We'll start out cold around 30, but we'll warm it up into the upper 50s near 60 degrees by the afternoon. Going into the overnight hours and into early Friday morning, if you're heading out to do some of the Black Friday deals, carry along the umbrella, some rain gear, quick shot of a couple showers early in the morning, but by midday, mid-morning, it's all out of here, and we're clearing out again for Friday afternoon. Weekend looks good with sunshine and low 50s. That'll be the story as we end the weekend and kick off next week too.
Yay. Sorry, I'm just really excited for Thanksgiving. This is when it really starts to get exciting, right?
Well, then, you know, once Thanksgiving is over, it's Christmas.
All day.
All day, every day.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thanks so much for joining us on After GMS. We'll be back here tomorrow with another pre-Thanksgiving look at your forecast and other top stories right here on the News 2 Facebook page. Have a great day.